Say something.
Hello, wrestling fans. How are you today? Here, let you know what happened on NXT Roadblock 2024. It was like their pay-per-view event. The opening match was a steel cage with weapons match. I called it. That's what I thought the match would be. Dijak gets Joe Gacy. It was not that great of a match. All match they try to open this crate that says, "Please do not open me." So of course, all match they tried to open it. Dijak opened it, and the stupid little box of glove came out and no blowed him. Gacy slammed his face 3 times in the cage wall, set up a table, turn around, Dijak blasted him over the head with a steel chair, top rope moonsault, that was amazing, off the top of the cage. Then he went and put Gacy through the table, Gacy headbutted him off the top rope, and Dijak easily fell through the table.
Where's the french fries?
Dijak delivered a sit-down choke slam, picked him up, go to sleep, picked him up, another go to sleep to pick up the win. I hope this rivalry is over with, because whatever match you put in on NXT with Joe Gacy, you're not going to get an exciting match. He's trying too hard to be comical, and he's trying too hard to be like Mick Foley, and it's not working. Next up, for the NXT Tag Team Championships, Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin took on #1 contenders Duke Hudson, Adrian Chase, with Thea Hill, Jacy Jade, Jasmine, and Roddy Osborne at ringside. Before the match started, backstage, as Chase Universe was getting ready to go to the ring, Daisy Duke asked Roddy Osborne what was up with the date with Thea Hill, what happened. He said she was nervous. I was nervous. She started doing stuff, saying stuff that JCJ said to do, and that's not the Thea Hill I like. Suddenly, Blair Davenport walked up and told Daisy Duke, "Mind your own business." So that's up for a match later on in the show between those two women. I love the entrance of Corbin and Braun Breaker. They both came out with hoodies on, with like a wolf mask. That was awesome. Duke wanted to start the match off, but Adrian Chase said, "No, I got this." Turned around, started laying in punches on Braun Breaker. Not even have no effect. Braun just destroyed him with a massive clothesline. Tagged in Corbin, and they delivered. This was cool. It's like a team 3D into a gut buster. That was awesome. Then Duke Hudson finally got in. Big boot Corbin down. Spinning Bossman slam Braun Breaker down. Sidewalk slam on Corbin. Sunset flip into a German suplex on Corbin. Sent both guys to the outside so Adrian Chase could jump off the ring apron with a cannonball, knock down the champions. Outside, they were fighting. Braun Breaker delivered a jump-up knee right to the face of Duke Hudson. Then set him on the announce table and jumped off the ring apron. And the camera angle was wrong, so you didn't see what happened. But when they finally zoomed in on the camera angle, oh, it was nasty. Duke Hudson landed on his top of his head. And, oh, I cringed. Because that looked nasty. And that just reminded me back when Ridge Holland did the same kind of move to Big E. Oh, and Duke was out of it for a few minutes, folks. I don't know if he's injured or not. They never said anything. Even Braun Breaker had a look of concern on his face. I don't know what move he did, but it did not land good. Adrian Chase jumped off the top rope, face plant Corbin. Corbin's like, "I'm having enough of this." Deep 6 Adrian Chase picked him up and tossed him, Irish whipped him style, right into a massive spear by Braun Breaker. The champs retained the championships. After the match, outside the ring, Thea Hill was checking on Duke. And Adrian Chase said, "JCJ said, I told you, you're hanging in with losers. You're going to be a loser." So Thea Hill got mad, stormed off to the back, and apparently she ran into Kaden James, Izzy Dame, and mouthed off about something. So that led to a tag match next week. So later on the show, Thea Hill told JCJ, "We got a tag match next week against Kaden James and Izzy Dame," because I'm basically mouthed off to them because I was upset. And JCJ said, "I don't partner with news losers." And Thea Hill said, "I thought we were friends." JCJ said, "Once you pick up some wins and leave Chase you can come back and I'll be your friend again." So Thea Hill said, "What about you, Jasmine?" Jasmine said, "Nah, I'm busy too." So who's Thea Hill's partner going to be next week? It's Kaden James, Izzy Dame. It's probably going to be Daisy Duke. Next up, we have a returning NXT superstar in ring action. Last week at NXT, Ty Dillinger. Remember him? The Perfect 10. Great, talented performer. He was great on NXT, but when they brought him up to the main roster on SmackDown, then on Raw, they didn't do shit all nothing with him. He asked for his release years ago. Went to AEW, joined Chris Jericho's Society Club there with Jack Hager, a.k.a. Jack Swagger, Young Bucks, and a bunch of other people. Sammy Guevara, you name it. And he was known as the chairman, Shawn Spears, because he used to attack people with a steel chair. Then when Jericho's group separated AEW, everybody went on to have storylines except for him. He was left to the shuffle, so he ended up joining this other group. And he ended up joining another group. And then he didn't see him for a year, so finally he's back on NXT. He quickly defeated Jobber. After the match, he got on the mic and said, I'm back, and I'm back for one reason only. He's become NXT World Champion for the very first time ever. Rich Holland came out, attacked Shawn Spears, because Shawn Spears returned last week and attacked Rich Holland with a steel chair. And what I love about this was, Ty Dillinger's the heel, Rich Holland's the face. The fans are booing Rich Holland for attacking Ty Dillinger. When Ty Dillinger, a.k.a. Shawn Spears, started fighting back, the fans were cheering for the heel. That was awesome. Next up, for the NXT Women's Championship, Asuka and Kairi Sane of Damage Control defended against the Valkyrie, the NXT Women's Champion, Texie Pexie. Texie Pexie, the Valkyrie came out matching attires, sexy looking. I love the attires they had. They delivered a double team hip toss on Kairi Sane. Then they did stereo drop kicks, knocking down the champions. Now this was cool. Texie Pexie did a running snap suplex on Kairi Sane. And the Valkyrie's like, I could do one better, and snap suplex to Asuka. That was cool. Pexie came off the top rope, cross body on the champions. Eventually, finally, the champions got the upper hand on Pexie, isolated her in the corner, delivered double team yes kicks, running Bulldog into a drop kick double team, some more kick strikes. Asuka delivered, I don't know, like 5 or 6 knees to the face, boot to the face. Finally, Texie Pexie got away, tagged the Valkyrie, she got in, hit butt to the gut to Asuka, jumped off the ropes, cross body, flattened down both champions. Put Kairi Sane on the top rope, snapped suplexed her off the top rope. Bounced off the ropes, took down Asuka, was just cleaning house. Then Asuka tripped her and applied an ankle lock submission. As she had the ankle lock on, she kept like twisting and turning and flipping around. Add some more torque and pressure on the ankle. She tagged in Kairi Sane, and while like this, Kairi got in, grabbed hold of the other ankle, quickly applied the ankle lock submission so Asuka could let go. Texie Pexie ended up accidentally getting in the way of the Valkyrie's roundhouse kick. The Valkyrie was like shocked. She just roundhouse kicked her partner down. She turned around. Asuka delivered the code breaker. Kairi Sane delivered the running blockbuster. The champions retained the titles. After the match, Roxanne Perez attacked the Valkyrie. Slammed her twice, shoulder first to the ring post. Then she grabbed her shoulder and wrapped it around the ring post and jumped off the top rope and stomped on it. And the Valkyrie screamed in pain. They stretched her out, put her in an ambulance, and took off. So Roxanne Perez is fully gone total heel mode now. And as she was attacking the champion, she's saying, I should be NXT Women's Champion. Where's my free title shot? I want one. And that. Next up, we have Daisy Duke against Blair Davenport. Loved Blair Davenport's entrance. Her logo, her symbol comes up on the mat. That's cool. With like LED lights and that. Daisy Duke came out and she has new entrance music. I'm not a big fan of that. I loved her old country music sound, like the cowbell. You can hear horses in the background. And it was a cool, catchy country music theme. This one's like kind of like new country music. It's not sitting well. Davenport, top rope knee on the arm of Daisy Duke, then applied an armbar submission. Daisy Duke got out of it. Hey, I could apply the armbar submission on my own. The both women started exchanging holds, counter holds, stuff like that. Blair Davenport ended up going outside the ring and Irish whipped Daisy Duke into the ring steps. She backed up, went to do a running knee to the steel steps. Daisy Duke moved out of the way. Blair Davenport's knee hit the steps. Daisy Duke went in the ring to avoid getting counted out. Suddenly, she distracted the referee And Sola Ruka, she's been out injured for a year and a half. I totally forgot about her. She appeared through the audience and did like a cartwheel off the barricade, knocked down Blair Davenport, rolled her into the ring so Daisy Duke could finish her off with a run and face slam for the 1-2-3. Your main event was the #1 contenders match between Tony the Don versus Camilo Hayes with a bunch of his like goon squad, I'm gonna call them. The winner of this will face Dragunov at Stand and Deliver for the NXT World Championship. Before the match, backstage, Tony the Don, Top Stacks, and Rozo was talking. And he said, I got this, guys. Stay in the back. I got this. And then Luca the lawyer showed up. And he said, hey, you got my text message? He said, yeah. He said, I want to welcome you into the Mafia family. He said, I'll take care of you under 2 conditions. He said, 1, you do what I say when it needs to be done. And 2, you take care of the money transfers and all that. So it looks like Luca the lawyer's joined the Mafia family. The match started. Tony the Don, he grabbed a hold of Camilo Hayes and threw him over the ropes. Camilo Hayes landed on his goon squad and they put him down. Camilo Hayes like, see what happens? We got back up, boy. Got in the ring. This was cool. He bounced off the ropes, delivered a code breaker to Tony. Then Tony was stunned, and Camilo Hayes picked him up for a suplex and turned it into a diamond cutter. That was awesome. Tony fought back, belly to belly, suplexes, spine buster, put Camilo Hayes on the top rope, and actually just grabbed him and pulled him off the top rope into a sit-down powerbomb. Camilo Hayes fought back, started attacking the arm of Tony. Kicked at it, arm drag takedown into an armbar submission. Pulled back on the arm, snapped it back, then applied an armbar submission again. And every time Tony started getting the offense going with spine busters, body shots into a suplex, Camilo Hayes would target the arm all match. Suddenly, Trick Williams' music hits. Camilo Hayes was shocked. He looked all around looking for him. I thought at first he was going to be one of the guys dressed up wearing like the mask outside the ring, but it wasn't. Nothing happened. So like Camilo Hayes turned around, Tony blasted him with a spine buster, picked him up, and it was kind of like a spinning neck breaker into a suplex finisher. That was cool. Tony picked up the win. He's the new #1 contender to face Dragunov, folks. After the match, he got on the mic and said, by the way, Camilo Hayes, I paid somebody extra money, he said, in the production truck to play Trick Williams' song. But he said, not only that, but I got a surprise for you. Trick Williams suddenly came for the crowd, attacked Camilo Hayes, started throwing haymakers, took down all Camilo Hayes' goon squad guys, and then the show ended with Trick Williams wanted some more Camilo Hayes, but Camilo Hayes was like, I don't want none of you. And he was again taking up the ramp with his pals there to end the show. Some stuff happened backstage in that. Josh Briggs confounded Jensen Brooks. Man, like, are you sure you want to face Uma Fima for the North American Championship? That match was pushed next week, by the way. Jensen Brooks like, hey, you told me to get more aggressive in the ring, and I'm more aggressive. I can beat him. And Josh Briggs like, I gotta admit, that match we had a couple weeks ago, man, you took me to my limits, he said. Where was that fire when we were a tag team? And Jensen Brooks like, I don't know. That was funny. So Josh Briggs, if you bring that intensity, you may win against Uma Fima next week. And as Jensen Brooks laughed, Dijak walked up and looked at Josh Briggs like, are you actually think he could beat Uma Fima? He's a dead man walking. He said Uma Fima's going to destroy him. So I'm thinking maybe we might see Josh Briggs like get involved in the match next week to save his former tag team partner. And that, Drew Gulak's group came out. They had the Heritage Cup trophy with them. And the fans were going nuts. They were cheering for Charlie Dempsey. You deserve it. He rightfully does deserve the Heritage Cup trophy. And they announced a new ruling that's been made official by the Rockstar, the general manager of NXT, that at any time, Gulak, Cap, Bones, or Dempsey can defend the Heritage Cup. That's not good because Drew Gulak's win-loss record, let's just say there's maybe I can count maybe in one hand how many wins he has against like a ton of losses. So maybe Gulak should not defend the Heritage Cup trophy. Suddenly, William Regal came out to congratulate his son, Charlie Dempsey. That was a cool moment. And you can see Dempsey kind of was tearing up there when Ray Rigo came out because he wasn't expecting his dad to be there, it looks like. And Ray Rigo said, now do me a favor, son. Represent us. He said, keep that dang trophy. And Charlie Dempsey said, I would do better than you ever could. That was cool. Just seeing what else happened here. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, yes. Gingy Doran approached the Rock Starter backstage and said, I want a match against Grace. Because Grace last week cost her the match against Jada Parker, which made no sense because Jada Parker broke her crown before the match. Grace came up and said, okay, I'll face you under one condition. And when I beat you next week, I give you a makeover into someone like me. And Gingy's like, well, that's what I gotta do to beat your ass next week. Let's sign a contract. So Rockstar handed her the contract, which is already made up, by the way. They signed it. So next week on NXT, it's Gingy versus Grace. If Grace wins, Gingy gets a makeover. We have a start of a tag team tournament. The winning team will face Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin for the tag team championships that Stand and Deliver. The only teams announced is Charlie Dempsey, Cap, Bones, and Gulak are going to be 2 teams in the tournament. The other teams, we're not going to know who they are until match time, looks like. Also next week, Uma Fima defends his North America Championship against Jensen Brooks. And Ridge Holland versus Shawn Spears is announced for next week. There you have it, folks. Definitely check out Roadblock. The Dijak Joe Gacy match, you could skip that. Was nothing very exciting. Shawn Spears beat a jobber. But the rest of the show is must-see action. Especially the tag team title matches and the number 1 contenders match. Stay safe, everybody. Too sweet. Bye.